Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Aygerim and I'm from Kazakhstan. I'm a third-generation survivor of the Soviet nuclear testing. The Soviet Union tested 456 nuclear bombs in my homeland, in Kazakhstan. Imagine 456 nuclear weapons. I'm standing here in New York on the blood, tears, and sweat of my people. Our bodies and our land have been scarred by the tragic nuclear legacy. I'm representing young people of Kazakhstan calling for nuclear justice. My grandparents, my parents, and all the generation of Kazakh people have been guinea pigs of the nuclear experiment. Russia inherited a seat at the UN Security Council, but yet never acknowledged the humanitarian and ecological consequences of my nuclear legacy. There is no social justice without nuclear justice. There is no climate justice without nuclear justice. Young people, we all call for the world without nuclear weapons. Thank you so much. I'm standing with solidarity with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can the people across the street hear anything? Officer, do we want to? Oh, okay. You can hear. Can the people? We cannot go down the block to the Russian mission, but I wanna. If we can have everyone's attention, I'm sorry. So, I want to thank everybody for making this journey. God bless all the groups that are here with us. And I want to thank our police force who has been kind enough to come out and receive our letter. We're just going to say a few words. I'm a New Yorker for many years, and all my life, in the 70s anyway, I remember plane loads of Japanese hibakusha coming to my city, handing me little cranes, and all of us. You came out here, you've been coming out here for decades, hibakusha, asking us here at the UN to please listen to the people. So in the 1970s especially, and the 1980s, we had tremendous citizen exchanges with the Russians. We knew, those of us who knew, that we are people. And we had artists, we had scientists, we had doctors, we had activists on both sides of this fence. We knew the word enemy was not really true for the citizens of Russia and the citizens of America. We knew that these nuclear weapons, and back then we had politicians, Kennedy and Khrushchev, who understood what these weapons do. Today, our policymakers have a real disconnect to the science of nuclear weapons. They don't, the humanitarian consequences, they understood. Kennedy and Khrushchev understood this very well. They back-channeled, and we got this first test ban treaty atmospheric passed. So I want to thank all and Gorbachev, when he came years later to our White House, thanked all the American people and the people around the world for standing up against nuclear weapons. And it was that moment between Khrushchev and Kennedy where we almost got there, but also with Gorbachev and Reagan, we almost got there. But we know the industry kicked in, and here we have this problem. I want to bring up a couple of people to say a few words, but just the citizen. Thank you all for just being here, and I want to thank you, Sergey, as well, for being here. We're going to deliver this letter, but we're going to have two people just come up and say a few words. Dr. Ira Helfand has been at this for many decades, going around the world, pleading with people to understand the science and the effects of these weapons and what they do. And if Dr. Helfand can take the mic for a moment, thank you so much.
Thank you all for coming today. I want to say a special shout out to Jim Anderson for the incredible job leading us on the march up here. Look, it's really cold. I don't want to speak for a long time. I know everyone wants to get in and get warm again. We are at an extraordinarily dangerous moment. And it is easy, I think, for us to be somewhat overwhelmed by the danger that we're facing right now. But we have to remember that we were at an equally dangerous moment in the 1980s. And President Gorbachev and President Reagan had the wisdom to understand that no issue that stood between the Soviet Union and the United States was important enough to risk a nuclear war. Our current leaders do not yet have that understanding, and it is our job to help them come to that realization. A nuclear war will be a disaster for everyone, and we need to make sure that our leaders understand what is involved. As Anthony pointed out, they don't get the science. They literally don't know what's going to happen if there's a nuclear war, and that's our job, to make sure that they do. I'm very grateful that you've come down, Sergei, to receive the letter, and I hope you will help to bring this message to the leadership of your country. There have been a lot of really frightening nuclear threats emanating from the Kremlin over the last year and a half. And not to single out Russia, other countries have also been engaged in this kind of nuclear bullying for decades. It has to stop. If we don't get rid of these weapons, they're going to get used. And everything that we care about is going to be destroyed. And that does not need to happen. We can prevent that from happening. If we stop the Cold War arms race in the 80s, we can get rid of nuclear weapons today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ira. Thank you all. We're also going to hear a moment from Martha Hennessy, who's the granddaughter of Dorothy Day, who in 1945 in August, that the first bomb, Dorothy Day stood up, put in writing that we just vaporized many, many thousands of human beings. And today, you know, New York City has put out a public service announcement just last year teaching us all how to protect ourselves if a nuclear bomb goes off in New York City. I don't know if you saw that. Truly. But it says very important. So anyway, we modified that and put it up recently. But Dorothy Day stood up in the 50s and knew very well what nuclear weapons does. And she said, I'm not going to go along with this. Martha, are you here? Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you. I've had 3 trips to Russia. It's an amazing place. I think the great scandal is that the vast majority of nuclear weapons are in the hands of white Christians. And I think that the world is on its knees with a nuclear gun pointed at its head. And we need to stop this. And so let's keep marching, let's keep working, and let's keep praying that Joe Biden, a Catholic Democrat, can do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless. So we are going to have a song. The grannies, we had a request to sing "We Shall Overcome." The Hibakusha wanted to sing this, is what I understand. Is that correct? But if you want to play, but Hibakusha, you want to come forward and sing? And maybe you can sing along with Bud here, our guitar player.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh,
So thank you very much. It's a long walk back, but thank you. Would you like to say any words?
Yeah, just a few words. Thank you everybody for touching on this very important. Thank you for touching on this very important issue. Everybody knows that possessing nuclear arms is a very dangerous thing, but it also hear me now? Yeah. But it also comes with a great deal of responsibility, and have no doubt our leadership has this responsibility. I was born in the mid-80s, and through all of my life, which is not so long, but I've seen this responsibility shown by our leadership and both by American leadership, so I guess we can move towards the right direction, but the essential is that this movement should not be a one way. It should be both ways. And this, I think this is the path for us to reach the final decision. And I should thank you for your activity, and to conclude, I think that finally, as it goes in this song, we shall overcome. Thank you everybody. Thank you guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Don't worry.
The letter was translated into Russian by Michael Gorbachev, who's distantly related to Mikhail Gorbachev. So, from New York. Yeah.
Sir. It must be nuke weapons free. Join us on the chorus.
Sure. Okay,
On April 4th, 2018, Kingsway Flasher 7 went to Georgia. Inspired by Dr. King, they took cold action. This land must be nuke weapons free. At the U.S. Naval Base, they brought a message with blood and hammers and signs and singing that nukes I transformed to a police unit. must destroy atomic weapons. We must make